Hi, I'm Paul Lazarovich, and welcome to this issue of Cranberry Country Journal, bringing you a little slice of life of the people, places, and activities that make the Cranberry Country area a special place to call home. And hey, we've got a great show for you. By the way, we've been doing this since 1993. That makes us the longest continually running program here in the Cranberry Country area. Okay, the selectmen and school committee meetings have gotten us beat, but we've got a great show for you. This is Autumn, folks. In our second segment, we're going to be speaking with Jim Reynolds from the Reynolds Flower Shop and Greenhouses. He's going to give us some directions and some suggestions on some nice autumnal designs. Hope I said that correctly. Welcome back to Cranberry Country Journal, and joining us on our program is Jim Reynolds, owner, proprietor of Reynolds Flower Shop and Greenhouses, located at 410 Plymouth Street in Middleboro. And Jim is nice enough to stop by and just bring just a few flowers here, but he's going to put together something very special for us today. Jim, what do you have in store?
Well, I thought we'd do something that was kind of autumnal or fallish, if you will.
Okay.
We've got a fresh pumpkin right here. We've filled it with some water and floral foam. And I want to talk a little bit about structure, which is kind of consistent, bouquet to bouquet. And we're going to work with a fall palette this time as well.
Is this something that the folks at home could make?
Absolutely. This is something anybody can make, just a little bit of practice. And I'll give you the tips right now and kind of jump from there.
Let's go to it then.
I just wanted to use this as kind of a simple example of how we're going to structure. We've got 3 Gerbers here. These are all fall colors.
Beautiful,
and,
by the way.
Thank you. And we've kind of got an overall structure suggested by the way the flowers are laid. And we're creating the, if you can think in terms of like a human skeleton or the frame of a house, an armature and sculpture. This is pretty much defining where a bouquet is going, and then everything else is just kind of window dressing, a little bit of makeup and so forth. But we've got these 3 points right here. They determine the overall scope, colors, of course, and the size and dimension, and fairly simple textural arrangement. By having this, and this as the focal points, we've created negative space here, here, and here. So we kind of have this other structure that's going on, or not going on, tangibly anyway.
A true floral designer is what you are as you're doing this. So we're going to start up with this pumpkin that you've hollowed out.
Right. And this is just a little bit of wet floral foam.
Yep.
You can get that almost anywhere. You know, the big craft stores or any florist will sell it to you.
Okay.
And this will hold up pretty good. You know, eventually this is a container that's going to wind up in the compost pile, but that's okay.
All natural.
All natural.
Yeah.
So we'll start by just putting in, you can do this different ways. You can do your flowers and go back and do your greens. You can do them, you know, flower green, flower green, flower green. Lately, I've kind of been in a jag of just doing my greens first.
Okay.
That kind of defines the overall size, dimension, and then we don't have to go back and worry about that later. We can kind of focus on our color, our texture. And
so almost as the base, so to speak.
Very much as the base, and again, it's going to define the size and scale.
And folks, we're speaking with Jim Reynolds, Reynolds Flower Shop and Greenhouses, name well known in the Cranberry Country area since 1964. By the way, he's got a great website. It's reynoldsflowers.com. And if you go on the site, I'm going to tease Jim a bit here. There's an ad from 1964, a Valentine's Day ad, and it says, for your girlfriend, get a Venus flytrap, and for your wife, a dingbat bush. Not much demand for the big dingbat bushes anymore. So
I'm a married man now.
Okay, that's wonderful. So now, in addition to the floral designs you have, I know you also do some gourmet baskets and some other wonderful things at Reynolds Flower Shop.
We do fruit and gourmet baskets.
Yep.
We try to focus on local or at least New England-made products in there. So we've got cider from up around Harvard, Bolton, jams locally, honeys, cheeses. Vermont's a good tap for us for supply. They have a pretty, you know, liberal cottage industry standards versus other states that we live in.
Yeah, and you certainly are not a large internet marketing company by any means.
No, we're very much a local. You know, we try to deliver as much as we can to Middleboro, Lakeville, Carver, Bridgewater, Plumpton, all of the surrounding towns, and depending upon the size of the function, you know, we'll go pretty much cover southeastern Massachusetts.
So we've now established the base here. And again, tell us what type of
This
fern.
is a Florida fern. It's very much a standard fern. It's called leather leaf. And this is a variegated pittosporum. It's a textural effect. You can see it's got a very different, nice broad leaf to it. It has, if you want to break off a leaf there and just kind of crush it and smell it, it has a very clean, fresh scent to it as well.
Oh, it does, yeah. Yeah, very nice. Yeah.
So
flowers just smell beautiful.
the
So you established the basin with the fern, and now we're the next layer, so to speak.
right, the next layer, we've got this. We've got the greening pretty much under control here.
Now you're doing this very, very quickly. I want to ask you. I know your background, a degree in poli-sci, I believe, correct?
That was my minor.
Minor, yep.
Finance, economics.
How does UMass, Southeastern Mass University graduate in that area get into the flowers?
It's the family business.
Yep.
Yep.
The best way to learn.
It certainly was, although I'll show you how to make a bow maybe later.
Okay.
That was the single hardest thing I've ever done. So this is the start.
Nice.
I've got pretty well-defined base. So from here I'm going to do basically structure, and again this would be like the skeleton armature frame. I don't want to mix metaphors, but
Yeah.
we need a basic dimensional aspect. And that'll, I'm going to use one color scheme for that, and then we'll kind of work our color balance as well.
Okay.
And by the way, I don't want to get controversial, but this is the most controversial flower in America.
Why?
I don't know. It's the giant dianthus or carnation, and everybody in the country has a very strong feeling about this. Nobody's neutral on this. They either love it or they hate it.
Yeah.
And,
For those who hate it, why?
if anybody should hate it should be me. I've seen this flower every day for the last 25 years. And
So we're adding carnations now.
Right.
Whether you love them or hate them, we're adding them here, folks. And again, a reminder, we're speaking with Jim Reynolds from Reynolds Flower Shop and Greenhouses, folks. And Jim is a floral designer doing some nice stuff for us here. Very nice to come by and bring some beautiful flowers. Very autumnal as we're celebrating the autumn in the Cranberry country area. Is there a phone number where folks can reach you to while we're doing this?
we have a toll-free, which is 888-3-REYNOLDS, or the local number is 508-947-0174.
So we're working on our next layer, so to speak, with the carnations. And the center is a little bit higher as a focal point. Is that?
It is, and I'm just going to turn this. So,
Yep.
we call these centerpieces, but there truly is always a front and a back, and it's usually just slightly out of balance, and maybe there's a little more of a larger focal flower that's going to fill in one of those negative spaces.
Okay.
And so we're looking at this. It's kind of got the overall scope defined. The color's pretty well balanced out. We've got red, 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 red. And then we've got these negative spaces that are just crying to be filled in.
Yeah.
So usually what I'll do is pick out a couple of favorite flowers or larger mass flowers and put them in the bigger negative space.
Okay.
So we'll do that, and we'll kind of, maybe I'll use the same thing. I've got some dahlias here. And see what we have for stems. Sometimes you have to
Such a deep purple. That's just
work with. Yeah, it's a beautiful shade. It really
Yeah.
is. I mean, these run the gamut. These and Gerbers really kind of run the gamut on color availability. I mean, you've got the lavender shades, red shades, yellows.
It's gorgeous.
Most flowers tend to fall in yellow tones or blue tones or purple tones, and kind of don't stray too far from that.
Now, you should also tell the folks that you rely on the international flower market, but also, obviously, in the warmer months, you grow your own too, correct?
Yeah, in fact, I went down to the farm tonight. The dahlias just came out of the farm. This is agastache or hyssop or licorice. And if you grab a piece of that leaf too, that is very herbal.
Oh, yeah,
Something really
yeah,
sharp.
very much.
Solidago, I grow this. I didn't grow that. We're kind of past season. This is an amaranthus right here. Hypericum. And over here, some of these accents. This is a miscanthus or giant grass. This is sorghum.
And from the farm, from your location.
Yeah, in fact, I just cut it tonight.
It's also located on Plymouth Street.
It is. We've
Yeah.
got the farm right behind us.
And that is 410 Plymouth Street, folks, right here in Middleboro. And the phone number is 947-0174 or toll-free 8